Good morning everyone, happy Wednesday. Welcome to Hunky Dory Crafts TV. We've got a brand new live launch for you today here on the longest day of the year. We are at that middle point of the year. How crazy is that?
How are we here already?
Isn't
it's
it
madness.
It's just mind-blowing how fast this year has gone. We have a little bit of a disclaimer before we get into today's show. The Wi-Fi here at Hunky Dory Towers is being a little bit troublesome today. It's already cut out some of the phone lines, so if we do drop out, we do apologise. We know that there is an issue. We're going to try and work through it, and hopefully we'll all be okay. But let's get on with the show, shall we? My name is Natalie Eagleton. I'm going to be the host for this hour. Jess is running things today. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning.
And over in the demonstration station, I'm sure you heard her tones before and you knew exactly who was joining me today. It is a Nat and Cat day.
Yay!
Hi, Cat.
Hi, Nat.
There's lots of fun things on this show today. Probably one of our favourite things that come around, actually, because I think we both like crafting with this style of product.
We do, because there's so many uses for
Yeah,
them.
it is true. Okay, before we get to revealing today's launch, let's have a look at this week's Win It Weekly. It's a mega prize this week. 3 people are going to win our absolutely awesome stamping press. And you don't need to take it from me how awesome this is, because you will see in the comments week after week people saying how phenomenal their stamping press is, how it's changed their crafting, how they never stamped before because they weren't confident, and this is the best tool that they have invested in. It's awesome. 3 people could win it. This is this week's question. You need to like, share and comment. How many people took part in the world's largest Santa run? Was it A, 4,908? Came out of here yesterday. Oh, I wasn't expecting that, Jess. A little bit quick there. I was getting all ready. Okay, our first one to show you, which is my absolute favourite, Deck the Halls and Warm Woolens. We're going to run through them all. You can do an awesome mega buy. We'll bring that up for you. This is our 12th Duo Design paper pad launch. How insane is that? That means we've done... do we bring them out one per month? I don't think we do we? But 12 is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's insane. You get 3 pads in total. Look at that saving though. £19.98 for all 3. We can pick and choose them though, of course, because you can get them individually for just £9.99, £8.99 if you are a Diamond member. So let's have a look at this one a little bit closely, because honestly, it is phenomenal. It has all of those beautiful sort of rustic vintage Christmas feels, just adorned with that gorgeous sort of texture. You've got your reds, your greens and your golds in here. everything is covered, but it's just phenomenal. You've got beautiful floral imagery throughout here. You are getting 4 each of every design that you can see here, and then on the reverse you can see you get this gorgeous sort of woolen knitted pattern. Look at the textures in this though. Look at that sort of gorgeous script that's hidden beneath those hanging baubles. It's delightful. We have this page which is absolutely phenomenal with all the vintage postage stamps on there. We are giving you Christmas holly and berries. It is just magnificent. You've got some gorgeous scenes in here as well with Christmas elements. You could be using those as full backgrounds. You've been cutting into some of these elements and layering them up over your cards. It is just delightful. I love this paper pad. A beautiful one here. You could be copying the technique that our gorgeous Pauline did yesterday, where she cut out all of the background and then layered that on with some supersized foam pads. You could layer it onto some acetate. It would look gorgeous. Got the beautiful stars in here as well. The most gorgeous Christmas trees. Everything has that really nice, like rusty edged element to this book. It's just so beautiful. Your last one has this gorgeous wreath. Fussy cutting that out is going to be delightful. And then let's flick through all your woolens that you're getting as well, so you can see the full texture on here. You've got that gorgeous sort of knit look in the most beautiful and very flattering complementary. Is our Nordic animals, rich royal rose gold elements within here as well. Absolutely stunning. I love you've got sort of that really nice ripped edge on some of these pages. This is going to be perfect for fussy cutting using with our dies. You do get 4 of each, 48 sheets in total in these. I haven't told you that yet. That is a whopping amount of cardstock. And it's such beautiful designs. It's printed onto our beautiful silk. They are 150 GSM. Look at that one there. Just gorgeous. Some really nice designs. Some of you may have already had a little sneak peek at that gorgeous wood texture that we were talking about. Beautiful florals as well. Really nice sort of Scandi Nordic designs, and they just match so beautifully with the images on the reverse that we're going to go through. Some really nice patterns as well that we associate with that sort of theme that we have going on through here, so you could use those as background pages and then fussy cut some of the other elements around it. And then, are you ready for the most beautiful paper you are going to be able to work with? Look at this. Look at this. We are getting such a gorgeous variety of weathered wood, of fresh wood, of sort of maybe painted wood. It is absolutely gorgeous, all in those really nice grayscale sepia, and then sort of like moving into those nice pinky tones that we've got running through this collection. This in particular is probably going to be my most used paper of the year while we're running through the rest of Christmas, because it's absolutely fantastic. Nordic Animals and Winterwood is your second book of those, and then let me show you some of the cards that have been made with these two pads before we go to Kat for another demo. This is really cute that Bex has made with the sort of build up of presents in all of those designs. I absolutely love this one by Donna. We were all loving the way that the paper has been sort of threaded to create this gorgeous background here with all the different patterns on, and then you can see how you can cut out those details to create gorgeous embellishments. This is really clever as well that Bex created a little door with your sort of wreath on there. Really thinking outside the box with that one. And then when we're talking about fussy cutting and cutting through all of those baubles, how awesome is this card that Claire made? Absolutely phenomenal with that Deck the Halls die. That die is still available on the website. Just type in Moonstone Minis Christmas and a selection of our Christmas dies will come up, and they're at great prices as well. some of those beautiful Nordic ones we have for you. We've got this gorgeous Let It Snow with that beautiful sort of leaf detail just layering over the top there. Another one here with that Christmas tree. This one's very, very fun. And then how awesome is this? And then what you're going to do today.
Bag down first, and then I know that's done, and I can't change my mind once this is cut. So surprise, surprise, I'm going for an 8x6 because I want quite a bit of room, because I'm mixing and matching quite a lot of different things in here, which is what I absolutely love about this pad, is because even though some of the pages are quite full on and got a lot of detail in, they still mix and match beautifully.
Yeah, they do. I think because of the theme is like that sort of layered, like vintage Christmas, the beauty of it is that we can sort of pop them all together and it's not going to look like, oh, that doesn't really work.
No,
it really does. Sort of, you've got the layering postcard stamps there that you're going to use. You've got sort of like layered paper, sort of like distress wrapping paper as well. All of it combines so beautifully. I can't remember who designed these three. I want to say it's Steph. Because she's had some, I know that she's been looking into some bits for us recently on them, but they are exceptional. We have one more to show you after this demo, which just rounds the whole three off, really, don't they? Our Christmas pads are some of the most popular of our duo designs as well, so don't miss out on getting your hands on some of these designs, because once they are gone, sometimes we don't go for a reprint, sometimes we do. It really depends, but you're gonna miss out if you don't grab these ones.
So the first one I've picked out for my big background at 8x6 is this beautiful postage stamp design, and I think altogether I'm mixing 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 of the different papers for this one. But I promise at the end it's still not too much. So I'm jumping ahead with a little bit of the mat and layering that I've done to start off with, because I have, you know, how to mat and layer hopefully by now. This one is cut to 7.5 by 3.5, and that's using this lovely burgundy background here. It's just because I've got a little bit of fussier things to do coming up, so I'm just doing these bits first. So I'm going to pop that on there, and then I'm going to switch to this beautiful paper here.
Look at that.
And let's see what width I've got. I'm going to have to work with the width that I've got left. So let's do this to 5 by 5. And the other thing I love about this one is that it is traditional themed, but it's not old fashioned.
No. It's
very
really
clever,
not,
isn't it?
It's got that real nice sort of modern style to it, especially modern crafting style. But it's done in such a fantastic way that it brings all of that gorgeous aesthetic that we love from sort of like vintage elements in Christmas. It's truly, 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 absolutely the most. It reminds me very much of last year's one. I can't remember what that one was called now, that had the beautiful stripes on it and then all the patterns.
Lots of different things, and
it's arrived already. They are some of the most incredible designs this year. We've been having a little brainstorm, haven't we? About designs that we could be doing for next year. So we're not going to share any with you.
No,
because we don't want anyone stealing our.
But we've got very Christmas
thunder. But yeah,
giddy.
Going to make a creative spreadsheet.
So I have cut another piece of gold mirri for my mat here. This is 7 inches by 3 inches, and then this time I'm taking this beautiful kind of oatmeal colour. So we'll cut this down to 3 notches under the 3 and 3 notches under the 7. But I'm not going to stick that down yet. What I want to do is, this is where I'm going to make this crisscross element. So I'm taking 4 colours, and I'll show you what I've done here. I've got that dark burgundy again that we've picked out there. I've got the dark green that you can see here. I've got the light green and then the light red. So hopefully all these should work together. So I'm going to take these onto my trimmer. Just double check what size I cut these to. I think it was 3/4 of an inch it was. And you're just going to cut yourself lots and lots of strips of these and then cut them roughly in half so you've got quite a decent amount to play with. But you want to do at least 4 or 5 of each so you've got enough. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take all these, let me separate my colours out. I'm going to go my lighter colours on the bottom and my darker colours on the top. So let me just arrange them out. And we're just going with a little bit of construction glue, and this is just going to give you that wiggle room if you don't get it in the perfect place straight away. We're just going to start creating this crisscross effect, so alternating your colours all the time. So for my bottom layer, like I said, I'm going light green, light red, light green, light red.
So you're going to layer up the bottoms first and then pop over the other ones?
Yeah. Just try and make sure that you're keeping an evenish gap in the middle. You can bring them as close as wide as you want.
Yeah.
It's completely personal preference.
I think depending on how many sort of colours that you choose to go with will sort of dictate how big those spaces are that you're going to create.
And I've just stuck to the woolens here, but like that card that Natalie showed before, they've gone with the pattern papers on top, and that looks absolutely incredible as well. So you just layer them all the way down, and then we're going to come in over the top. With our darker colours. And we're just going to start. So what I find is you will want to put a piece across here afterwards as well, but if you start with a full piece and do that, it's easy to add your bits in later on. Yeah. This.
Oh, very cool.
So, and you wouldn't believe that wasn't an already existing paper out the
No.
pack. This is why your duo design works so perfectly.
Especially with all of the phenomenal sort of pages that are already in there, you would think that this is already a part of that. It's such an easy and effortless way of using little bits that you might have left over as well from
Exactly.
when
Great
you've
thing
cut
for your
mats and
scraps.
layers and other bits and pieces like that.
So we're just going to pop that on there now, and then we're going to layer this up so we've got this red section sticking out there. And then to finish it off, I have delved into one of our Trim Me insert pads, our Christmas ones.
Lots of people are loving this technique. Loads of people had lots of fun orders. Linda said I got my blockbuster yesterday. Debbie said my club gift bundle is arriving today. How exciting is that? It's honestly, my favourite thing is getting parcels.
Oh, it is, isn't it? So I've cut this down using the Trim Me insert guides to 3x4.
Aren't these an absolute essential for crafting like this? Your Trim Me insert pads, if you haven't got them already, grab your hands on those. They are absolutely incredible. I think the code is trim in 009 and 0010. There's one in silver, one in gold, so perfect for the different colour combinations we've got in this collection. Great to have that handy guide on, but you don't need to use them as inserts. You can use them in this way and use them as sentiments. Something I've been doing recently as well is using your inserts and colouring them in, because of course they are on our gorgeous paper, so we can ink these up and you can change them completely to work with the theme that you're going in. Have we still got them? The gold is out of stock.
No.
This is very sad. Silver's still available though. £9.99. You can mix and match that as well. 2 for £14.98, so you could get an everyday one if you're running low on your everyday ones. You can also, we've got another product that we're going to show you, which we absolutely love here at Hunky Dory. We have used it so much recently for our crafting. It has been our biggest seller of Christmas so far. I'm so excited to give you a little sneak peek of about what that one is.
So then we're just going to layer this.
This is so cool, Kat.
And then I've gone in, oh no, this is another page that I'm using, so I've also gone in and I've cut out a couple of those holly designs.
How good does this look? All from one paper pack. One small paper pack that you could fit in a little bag for crafting on the go. Maybe you're going to be crafting at some craft clubs that you go to and you don't want to take everything with you. How perfect is this?
Isn't it fun?
Everything that you need from background. Love this. Next month we might have something else coming back in. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. Okay, let's have a look at, should we show this first before we show the third one? Because if you don't have, because we don't have that gold one in, what you can get instead is our Christmas Perfect Verses. This is in gold and in silver. You get 192 verses in this one pad, in gold and in silver, £9.99, and some of the verses in here are absolutely incredible. You can see that gorgeous gold foiling throughout there. You also get all of these elements that are in gold, in silver, so the silver is in the back. I'm going to do a terrible job of reading it if I read it this way. So let me read some of them this way for you. You've got things like the best gift at Christmas and all year through is having parents as special as you. Just like Rudolph, may your light shine bright this Christmas. May the warmth of the festive season fill every corner of your home and every moment of your day with love. So nice. To cherish peace and goodwill, and to be plenteous in mercy is to embrace the true spirit of Christmas. So really nice ones for sort of like cards that you're making for more religious occasions. We've got ones that are perfect for the children in here as well. With all the prezzies stacked up under the tree, we hope this Christmas will be as happy as can be. Merry Christmas to someone who is sweeter than marshmallows. Sweeter than a marshmallow, warms me up more than hot chocolate, and fills my heart with joy more than the biggest present under the tree. May the season hold you the hope, wonders and amazement that you felt as a child. A chapter unfolds another story to be told. We say hello to the new and goodbye to the old. We might be miles apart at Christmas, but we're always under the same stars. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
Can I
love
in a
that
second?
One.
Will you do me a favour?
Yeah.
Because I was going to use another trim me insert for this next demo. Will you see if that little circle dial fit round any of those for me?
Turn your frown upside down. Santa Claus is coming to town.
It doesn't match the card, but it doesn't matter if it
the
fits.
Best way it fits on this one a little bit if we move it over. What are we going for? What theme do we need?
It's one of the like Christmassy.
Do we want one like? I think we can get quite a lot of them in actually. This one might just go over the edges. I'll give it you and you can have a look at the different ones that you want. You can pick one out. Let me see if there's any that I haven't seen. Wishing you a craft-filled Christmas and a restful New Year. From our front door to yours, we wish you fun and cheer and good times that will last all through the coming year. To a special family on Christmas, festive wishes sent your way. These are exceptional. You can use them with your dies, you can cut them out, but get it before it's gone because Frosted Forest and Falling Flakes. This one, again, it's going to be hard for you to choose which side we use. This one has the most beautiful scapes within here. You've got, it just reminds me of walking Usk when it's snowing and seeing like the sun come up over like the reservoir. There's a little bit of the res where we walk up and it looks like this. I've got a really funny picture of Dan and Oscar actually in that sort of element, but it's beautiful. It's so stunning. Imagine these as backgrounds for stamps. Now we have a collection coming up on Tuesday that we're actually working on today. These backgrounds work phenomenal with those stamps, so bear that in mind. when you're thinking about purchasing. 4 of each, as you can see. Look at this. This is just like being on a wintry walk. I mean, I'm loving the sunshine at the moment, but some of my favourite walks are in the snow. It's phenomenal. Look at the sky that you get within these. It's truly, truly stunning. We've got some more pinkier tones in here as well, so maybe you're making a card for a little girl. These would look beautiful in frames with lights, a little sentiment. You could be selling them as home decor projects. They are gorgeous, gorgeous designs throughout here. I mean, I'm quite stuck for choice here because I love all of the 3 pads for different reasons. I mean, that first one that you demoed with is absolutely phenomenal. This one is just, it warms me up inside. And then that third one with that wood is beautiful. To match your images in this one, you have the beautiful falling sort of ombre, beautiful snowflakes on here, going from sort of like a blizzard all the way through to sort of like those little sort of speckles of snow. And you're going to get that in a range of stunning coordinating colours. So whether you're sort of like fussy cutting some of these designs and then popping them onto these backgrounds, using these backgrounds on their own, or maybe again with some of our launches that we have coming up for you next week, this one is just an essential. I mean, when you can get them all for £9.99, which should be just shy of £30, but we're going to knock one of those prices off you. You can get them for 3 for 2, which brings this price down to £19.98 for this phenomenal multi-buy. Why wouldn't you get all 3? They are an absolutely incredible selection of designs. The team have done amazingly with this year's Christmas Duo Design paper pads. We are in love with them, and I'm sure you will be too. Some other things that you might want to work alongside these, because who knows, you might not be crafting for Christmas. It might be a baby's first Christmas and you're wanting to personalise the cards. Maybe you're wanting to make cards for every person in the family and have their names on them this year. Then an absolute essential, which works so well, are these 2 dies that we also added in the ampersand. In your numbers, you're going to get 15 in total. You get 1 through to 9. You're also going to get your 0, so you can make up your 10. You get all of your ordinals, and you get a little dot as well included in that one. Both of these though, for 19, like just buy them in the bundle. These will never go out of fashion. You will use them all the time. They are perfect for personalizing, whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, occasions, whether you're just wanting to pop names on them. They're dies as well, so you can cut them out of felt, you can cut them out of fabric. They're going to be able to work perfectly with other projects that you're doing. That is such a great deal. And let me show you some projects where we've used some of those, that Perfect Verses pad and some of those sentiments, because they're really cute. Beck's made this great one with the little snowman on. So may you good. Never be too grown up to search the skies on Christmas Eve. Oh, I love this one as well. Let me just pinch these Christmas trees so you can see that sort of 3-dimensional effect that has been created. It says Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Again, that one's just been trimmed out down from a larger sentiment that we have in our Perfect Verses, but how perfect does that look? And that's combining 2 of your pads as well, because you've got the wood from the Nordic one, and then you have those patterns from the vintage look. This is gorgeous. I love the tri-panel effect on here and layering it over the top. Really, really clever. And then festive wishes from your dies. Thank you, Claire, for that one. This is really fun as well, layering up all those panels and having that little sentiment in the middle there. Jane made that one. This is what we were talking about though, inking those, making them work for your pads. This one's been inked, I want to say, with,
I can tell you because I did it, chiffon.
Yeah, there you go. I was going to ask if it was your card because it doesn't have a name on it, but this is definitely you sort of style with all of those layerings on. But you can transform them into anything. And then this one's really nice as well with all that fussy cutting. using those beautiful floral dies as well, just to add that touch of elegance in here. Some shimmer card just to make it really pop. And you can actually see that that wolf has been decoupaged up a little bit as well. Perfectly.
He cuts out so nicely for decoupage, and I did him on telly on Sunday, and he cuts beautifully.
I think it looks so good as well as like a topper, so just cutting that down. And these are all the different things you can do with these pads. They're absolutely awesome. Okay, Kat, back to you.
Okie dokie. So we are going to do a gatefold card. So I am cheating. You could make this out of a sheet of A3 if you wanted to. I'm taking 2 6x6s and I'm just cutting the fronts down to 3 inches. You do exactly the same on both of them, and then you just layer them together and you get your gatefold. Super simple. So we just glue these together. This one gives me, there we go. So we've got those down and we've made a super simple gatefold card. So I have done 2 mats for the front, 2 3 inches by 6 inches, and now we're going to cut into our pad. Now we're going to play around with this to get the most kind of like detail out of our trees here. So if I was just to cut straight 6 inches from the bottom, I'd be cutting a lot of the top of my trees off. If I was to do it from the top, I'd be losing a lot of detail in the bottom of the tree. So I'm just going to mix and match. I'm just going to trim a little bit at the top.
There's some absolutely stunning card makes still left to show you. I am absolutely in love. And we also, do you know that paper pad that I was saying was so phenomenal from last year?
Yeah.
I think we might have it available, you know, Kat.
Wow. So I'm going to cut 3 notches under 3 inches, but as you can see, I'm just working around with the paper so I get as much detail in there as possible. So sometimes that means trimming little bits off just to build up the best picture.
Sometimes you might think it's a little bit of a waste, but it's actually really worth it when you come to it and you see what you've created.
Yeah, and you've got all these strips that you can then use.
Pop them onto
as
some
other backgrounds, or
pop them onto like stickable mirrors and create your own little border strips.
Yeah, definitely.
Ribbon borders, all sorts like that you can create with little offcuts.
Or just like the effects like we did before.
Yes, you could just do like, cut them into really thin strips and do it a little bit more.
Or the paper weaving that Pauline did yesterday.
That was such a good show, wasn't it? Her cards were phenomenal that she did yesterday.
So we're going to layer these up. So again on the back of that one. And this is very simply going to decorate the front of our card. So again, more construction glue. And I'm just going to do one panel at a time, because if I glue that one, I'll just end up with it all over my hands. So let's just do this one first. And then we can go in with this one. And then, because it is construction glue, we can make sure that they're matching up absolutely perfectly while it dries down. It's just bringing them together so they match up absolutely precisely. They're absolutely gorgeous. So we want to do the inside panel now. So when I come to this, because we've added 2 cards together, if I went for a full 6x6, it never sits completely right. So I'm just going to take it down.
Your cards look that phenomenal thing we do at Hunky Dory to help your lives when you come to crafting. There's no need to have to look through 5 different pads to find something that's going to work with the paper that you've got. You just need to flip it over, and we've already done that work for you.
Yeah. And we'll pop this on here. And then on the inside. And then we're going to break out a selection of our nesting dies, and I'm really mixing matching them here just to work on our elements for the front. Nearly stuck that to the front then, that would have been fun. And as you can see, it just gives you that fine little white border, but that matches in then into your side panels as well, so it makes them seem, I mean, of course you can decorate them if you want to, but why? If it works, why waste your papers on inside bits? So I'm going to take some gold mirroring, and I want to make, as you saw before, I'm going to take this one that I found perfectly that works here with and this is just a straight edge nesting circle die that fits on there perfectly for my sentiment. I need to create a frame for that to sit on, so this is one of the stitched edged nesting dies that just fits
really
around there. I am, but they do fit together perfectly.
They do work really nicely.
And then I want a scalloped frame from the other side so they sit over each other. So I've got one of the scalloped edge circles, and fits in there perfectly is another one of the stitched edge dies. You can just see how lovely that sits inside there.
It's so nice that they all work so well together, isn't it?
It is.
I think Stacey did a really good job with the sizings of all of the dies. So if you want to do things like this, of course you can do those with our torn edge nesting dies as well.
Yes.
There's loads of different elements.
So this is the bit I'm terrified about because I've got a brand new machine
I think we're all a bit terrified about this one. We've been treated.
Excited, but terrified.
We've been treated to the brand new Gemini 2. Look at those plates, people.
Look how pristine. I don't want to be the first one to mark them.
Don't you worry, we are going to be writing a full list and having a meeting about what plates go where. We will not be ruining these plates.
She says. So I've got my magnetic shim down there, so I'm going to turn this upside down. That should help hold them in place, and I should be able to fit this one on that as well.
Click that you get when you place those down.
And then this looks absolutely white and pristine, but it has said it is the cutting plate, so I am allowed to cut into here.
It is that cutting plate.
Right, are we ready?
I'm not sure.
Oh, let's take. Ooh, that feels smooth.
It's nice, isn't it? And then you don't even have to stretch cut, you can just swizzle it around.
Yeah.
Look at the movement on that.
Wow. Oh. I like that.
How's it cut? Oh,
beautifully.
Look at that.
I've marked it, but you're going to mark it. Panel. And you're absolutely fine using your construction glue on these papers.
Yeah. It doesn't do any of that sort of random buckling. No.
As long as when you pop it down, you just... And it's just picking up on that stitch detail that we've got on the other one. That's why I like using them. So when we're popping this down now, let me use a foam pad. I've hidden them under my mess. So it's just flipping it over, make sure we're going on the right side. So we're going to go with this one here, because it's going to overhang one side of the front of the card. So you just close it, decide where you want it, fairly central. I'm going to do this. And then on this one, again, we are just going to...
You could flip it over.
You could, and mark it. I'll go in this time with our super skinny foam pads. And it's roughly about halfway, and because it's obviously it's a continuous circle, it doesn't really matter which side you put it on, because you can just rotate it to make sure you've got the right side. Just a little bit more to the top.
Lots of questions about our new Gemini as well. We are selling the new Gemini 2. It is available for you to purchase now. Actually, we do have some that we have available. We're going to be selling the plates as well. I think there's a little bit of wait for the plates to come in, but we are going to have those new plates as well. But we do have the Gemini 2 on the website. You can get it now, so go treat yourself.
And then we just layer this up onto the other side, just making sure we've got that nice even gap around there. And then I'm just going to finish with a few gemstones.
Very cool design here. And it works so great with a gatefold because it just holds it into place.
Yes. So a couple of gemstones in the corners. And again, you could pop another verse or sentiment in the middle for when it's opened up if you want to. You just get this lovely effect. And I love how they open up around each other and then come back and sit inside.
So nice, isn't it? Such a great way of using your different dyes to create really fun effects, and that Perfect Versus paper pad is just the best addition to your crafting. Right, Win It Weekly reminder. If you would like to win our stamping press, 3 people are going to win this. How many people took part in the world's largest Santa run? A, 4,983, B, 5,277, or C, 8,941. Like, share and comment, because this is all of our paper pads that we have available. So that might be our brand new ones, it might be some existing ones that we have. You can pick and choose across all of our paper pads. So any 3 for 2, which means you could be getting our brand new ones, our Deck the Halls, and all of those beautiful woolens we have for you there. You could be getting our Nordic Animal and Winter Wood. Now this one is delightful. Let's flick it from the back this time, because you've got beautiful imagery throughout here. We've got patterns for you. We've got these lovely sort of torn edged beauties with the different patterns on. You're going to get gorgeous foliage throughout this. All of those beautiful sort of animals. We've got the owls, we've got the foxes, you're going to get the gorgeous reindeer as well, and those bears. Look at this one. This is absolutely gorgeous. And fussy cutter's dream, this paper pad. And then all of your sort of wooden elements that are going to work alongside this are just beautiful. So you've got all of your woods as well. So those are all included in there. That gorgeous snow element just overlaying all of that wood. And then our final one, which Kat's just demoed with, are frosted forest and falling flakes. So these gorgeous scapes could be yours. You can get them all for £9.99, or you can do that pick a mix, any 3 for 2. If you're just wanting to get all of our brand new multi-buys from today, then you can do. It's £19.98. But if you're wanting to treat yourself to this one and maybe one of our most recent ones, maybe it's one of our sort of like best sellers, then you could be getting this one, and you could be getting our gorgeous gingham and spring fling. We could be doing our doodle dots and stripes. These are all available for you to choose from. We've got our blossoming blooms and that gorgeous lovely lace. This one is one of our most popular ones as well. Our sea breeze and rippling waves is another one you could be getting in that offer. We have our celestial skies and starry eyes, one of our most recent this was on our last launch that we did. Yes. With these paper pads. Rosy gold and brush metals as well, another absolutely stunningly gorgeous one.
Ooh, I bet those would mix and match really well with the woodland animals.
I was just thinking that one, because you've got all of the same tones in here. You've got gorgeous sort of patterns, but then you've got those beautiful brush metals. They would work really nicely with that brand new one we've just brought to you today with those Nordic animals on. A great way to mix and match. Now we have one Christmas paper pad left from last year, and it is the one I was so excited about. It's one of our absolute favorites, Festive Lights and Vintage Stripes. So I'm going to flick through this one because you will absolutely love it. You can add this into your basket right now. We have it available. You can pop it in that 3 for 2. So maybe there's 2 that you really like from these brand new launches, and you're going to add this one in, because how full on the floor. Look at these. Look at these beauties. £19.98, £9.99 each if you want to get that, or you can do it on our amazing 3 for 2. And look at these card models. We've got one more demo to come from Kat, but there's some awesome card models here. This one's really nice. Jane's done this one and she's mixed and matched those pages. So just cutting one sheet and then flipping over those middle sections gives you such a really fun look. Jane again making that little Christmas tree from all of those beautiful heart nesting dies, really making the most out of those. I love this layering one that Leanna's done, sort of layering off that corner and then placing your image further up and using the background on there as well. Shows off how beautiful those double-sided images work. We've got this beautiful card from Jane, really, really nice, and look how it opens out.
Wow,
it's stunning. So much detail in that one. Again, another great trim me used as a sentiment there. Our gold trimmies are now out of stock, but you can still get your hands on our silver Christmas one. We will be sort of bringing those back to you at some point, so stay tuned for that one. Beck's made this one again using those already put their patterns and just making a feature out of that one is so beautiful. This is another one that Claire created beautifully on that acetate. Gorgeous, gorgeous designs with those in the middle. This beautiful one with that scape on and the little cut out reindeers there. Had to think for a second about what they were called. Look at these, absolutely beautiful. This one, Kat, is this one yours?
Let me see. No, it's not.
I'm not sure whose it is because it doesn't have a name on it, but look at how those elements have been folded back there. It's absolutely gorgeous with all those patterns on. We've got a lovely little shaker window from Leanne. Beck's made this beautiful one, just having sort of like that peel back effect. And then I love this one as well, using that scene there to create a beautiful sort of little stage card with that sentiment. Good friends are like snowflakes sent from above, unique treasures to cherish and love. How stunning is that?
Gorgeous.
That's another of those beautiful verses from our Perfect Verses paper pad. Right, Kat,
yes.
Over to you for our last demo.
Fabulous. Well, you know me, I can't do a Duo Designs launch without doing a little bit of paper folding, so
no,
I've gave in and I've got to do a little bit of paper folding. So I've picked out, I've got this beautiful minty green colour, just using a little bit of this beige colour. I've got 2 of the dark wood and then this beautiful, and there was one a little bit like this that I made with the Christmas tree that you saw earlier, but I'm changing my Christmas tree up on this one. So we're going to go for a 7x5 card, and I'm not bringing any mirroring or anything with this one because these just work so beautifully on their own.
They do.
So I'm going to use this beautiful,
how gorgeous are the cards that you're going to be making this year be with these paper pads, or just to add as a little addition. I mean, this wooden one, looking at it, I think, especially the colours you've chosen here, Kat, it would work really nicely with the, do you know that fancy pheasant from the contemporary kit?
Yes.
Like Glad Tidings. You could use that as a background with that.
Oh, you could.
You could be using the gorgeous forest one with your sensational snow globes. That forest one as well would work really nice with the beautiful polar bear image from Festive Friends. So it's something that you can keep in your stash and use with your blockbuster for maybe those last little toppers that we've got left behind.
And your Christmas little books as well.
Yes,
it's absolutely essential to go with them.
We've got some later on next week. We've got 2 incredible launches that you're going to be using these with.
Ooh, so excited.
There's lots to come from Hunky Dory this Christmas. We've got a whole sort of like month yet of Christmas launches. Every single one so different. Every single one as fabulous as the next. I hope you're all ready for the next couple of months of crafting here with us at Hunky Dory, because we have got some awesome launches coming your way.
So I've cut this second panel that I've just got the foam pads on here to 6x4. And this is nearly this card done. It's really, really simple because the next element that I'm going to make is what it's all about. So I'm not going to over fuss it at all. So we're going to pop that in the middle just to give a little bit of height. I'll bob this onto my card blank while I've got it here.
Again, if you're putting in any orders, make sure you are adding in any essentials that you know you're going to need. So your tapes, your glues, your foam pads. It might just help to get your order over that sort of £35 threshold to get your sort of next day delivery, but you know that you're going to need them. You know you're going to need to use them with this Christmas crafting. Construction glue, definitely. Foam pads, tapes. Just make sure you're adding them into your order so you've got enough for all your crafting.
Because there's nothing worse, is there, than sitting down to make a card and then realising you've not got an essential to do it.
I've not got that.
So we've got our 8x8 sheet here, and I'm just going to cut that down to 5 inches. And then I'm going to pull up, she was going to pull up a scoreboard. Have we got a scoreboard? Oh, it's this side.
Definitely a scoreboard there.
Who moves them around? I was going to the right when it was on the left. So we're going to pop this on so it goes lengthways here. I'm going to score from the back actually. And we're going to score at every, oh, it's a little bit over 8. Let me just trim this down.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it is a really great weight, but because it is sort of like that silky finish, sometimes you can just glide through that paper a bit too much, can't you?
Yeah. So yeah, always take a little bit, and like we said before, you've always got scraps from things you've made before, so always just go in and have a play first, just so you find you're right, how much pressure to put on. So we're going to go all the way along, and then we're going to fold it up. So keep your score tool about, and we're just going to go, you see we've done enough there, so we can concertina fold all the way just every now and again give it a little burnish. You don't need to do it every single fold, just I'd say every 4 or 5. Make sure that you're keeping it as straight as possible as you work your way along. And we'll give that another little burnish. And if you haven't guessed, this is going to create like a little tree detail on the front. Scroll that down. So you're going to end up with a piece that looks like this, and all you've got to do is pinch this at the top. Now what I like to do, these 2 end sections here, fold them under. It's just going to give you a neater finish, and it's going to give you something that's going to help you stick down when you come to the end.
Yeah.
So
it sort of gives it more of a round shape as well, doesn't it?
Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to spread it out again now, because it will concertina back up really easily because we've done that. I'm going to lay it out and take some high tack tape, and we're going to put a line at the top, and we're going to miss off the 2 end sections. So get it as flat as you can at the top without getting all your score lines out. I'm going to take it to there. Then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. And this is just what's going to help pinch that bit together at the top for us, so it stays in place. And then again, just make sure you back on that top piece there. If it rips a little, you're fine, because we're not going to see that once it's all pinched together. So this is the trickiest bit now, because you've got to take 2 sides of red liner tape off without getting it stuck to everything else.
And yourself.
and yourself. But just try and keep it elevated. And then you can just...
I was going to say, if you had a little bit of time,
that we can tack it down to our card with. Now just lift them up a little bit, just so we can get them to adhere. And then you're going to want something like a paintbrush or a pencil, just so that we can help slide under to help us to get these bits stuck down. And we're just going to stick this in this centre section. And because you've got these flaps, you can actually kind of almost like bend it as well to give it a little bit more
to give it that sort of lift.
Yeah, if you want to. So when you're happy with where it's placed, you can then like take your pencil. See, you've got loads of room in here now that you can just rub this up on the inside to make sure that you've got that
tape stuck really nicely down.
Stuck down there. And fold your bits in. And then all we're going to do now is we're just going to take a little star die, and I'm going to go to that last bit of paper here. Just take a little square out. Pop that on there. Get rid of all my mess. Oops. Sending it over the front. There is a metal shim that comes with this for if you're doing more detail cutting and stuff, but for your basic nesting shapes,
you don't need
this should be absolutely fine.
Oh, I think it's going to be a new favourite here in the studio.
I must admit, I was a little bit dubious. I was like, what else can they do to a die cut machine? A die cut machine's a die cut machine.
It's true.
But I've been made to eat my words. So we've got this little star. And we're just going to glue that on top. We're going to keep it mega, mega simple after this. It's done.
Such a lovely effect, and I'm sure like if you made sort of like smaller trees, you could have like trees across the whole of your card, make it really three-dimensional. Is a really good technique as well for making something fun throughout Christmas. Jess is asleep there, coming to the end of the show, obviously. You ready, Kat? Are you ready, Jess?
I'm ready.
Back to me. Okay, that's all we've got time for today, but we're going to be back here tomorrow, 10 a.m. As always. We have a brand new launch of pattern packs, which are going to work excellent again with your Duo Design paper pads, so don't miss that one. Anne-Marie and Becca are going to be here from 10 with that, and then tomorrow I'm down at Hobby Maker 2, 4 and 7 p.m. We have a brand new exclusive just off the machines Merry Christmas show. So if you sort of 3D gift box idea,